Eunice Chan, and I am your host in today's conversation. So, today I have prepared something a little deeper with you guys. For those of you who want to go a little deeper with me, welcome to join along the ride. Today's conversation is about what do you do when you constantly have this feeling of like not being spiritual enough? And this is a very real feeling. This is a feeling that I have experienced. Oftentimes it came up so many times in different ways in my spiritual journey. It manifested itself in different ways. It manifested itself in like different forms of like, I don't feel like I've tapped into enough. I feel like there's always more, but it's always driven by this feeling of like I haven't done enough. So everything that we're talking about today is a manifestation of how we don't feel enough in our physical lives, in the lives that the physical lives that we are already living. But when we start walking in the spiritual path, oftentimes it can project like this kind of not enough energy. It can leak into our spiritual journey. And so it can manifest in so many ways. Like some of the examples that I have experienced was like, oh, I feel like I haven't meditated enough, or I feel like I haven't journaled enough, I haven't done enough inner work. I'm not spiritual enough. I'm always comparing myself to other people who are more intuitive than me, people who are able to, receive like downloads, receive messages out of nowhere, receive intuitive pulls and ideas and creative ideas. And then I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of left out of the party. So if this resonates with you, let me know in the comments, because for a very long time, I felt so alone when I was dealing with this. And I want to let you know, you're not alone in this. And it can, because it can manifest in such different ways. Every single person's inner talk, like in manifestation of the not enoughness, is very different, right? So, I experience all kinds of not enoughness in my spiritual journey, even though I know the whole point about walking my spiritual path is coming home to myself. It's reaching more self-love. It's connecting back with the version of myself that is most true, most genuine, most loving, and there should be no fear. But for some reason, the moment we decide to walk on the spiritual journey, to decide to receive more love, we always encounter the shadow, the reminiscing thoughts that we've carried from our physical lives, and we imply it onto our spiritual journey, so that we try to tackle our spirituality in the same way we try to tackle our lives. But I want to say to you, after having thought about it for so long, after having tried to figure it out, like what's wrong with my spiritual journey? How can I deepen myself more? How can I, raise myself to a higher vibration, or raise myself to a higher consciousness faster, sooner, deeper, better, more enlightened, more awakened? It's like, I just want more. But I was missing the point of the entire experience. And so it made me realize, after chasing more for so many of these different things, the one common theme that really stuck out to me was that there was a sense of not enoughness. Not only in my personal life, because in my personal life, I used to be an overachiever. So I'm like, okay, well, enough with the overachieving, enough with the overworking, enough with the proving myself and, doing all the extra work just to show that I am enough. But then when I started walking on the spiritual journey, everything re-emerged in, are you meditating enough? Are you doing enough inner work? Are you intuitive enough, right? Are you even self-loving enough? And if I'm not self-loving enough, it's like, oh, how could you think that way? Right? So we try to kind of judge ourselves upon not having done enough or not being good enough, right? And it makes us feel like, okay, I'm kind of stunted. Like I'm moving along. I am deepening my awareness. I am, opening myself up to more awareness, but I feel like there's this gate, that there's this wall that I kind of am pushing myself against. And when this happens, the only thing that I realize is strong enough to dissolve this wall is to realize that everything that I'm experiencing is perfect. Even the negative emotion is perfect. The misalignment is perfect. The self-judgment, oh, that's perfect. The not being intuitive enough, not receiving enough, not being tapped in enough, not trusting enough. It's perfect. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And the moment I try to play around with that idea, because it's like, what's so spiritual? Like, my logical mind's asking myself, well, Eunice, what is so spiritual about not trusting yourself enough? What's so spiritual about not being aligned enough? And because we've always made that the ultimate goal, anytime that we are not in the perfect place, the perfect alignment, the perfect level of trust, the perfect level of surrendering, the perfect level of let go-ness, it's not even a word, let going of things, then we beat ourselves up. And then we feel like we haven't walked enough in our spiritual journey, when in fact, what we need to realize is that our spirituality is not a competition. It's not a competition. It's not a race. It's not like you need to defeat yourself. It's not like you are your worst enemy. It's none of that. Your spiritual journey is the path to find your most loving and most compassionate self, and achieve a place, like actually arrive at a place where every moment you can be in total acceptance of what is happening in your life right now, what is happening in your spiritual life right now, what is happening in your mind right now, what is happening in your struggles right now, what is happening in your resistance right now, in all the things that you feel like are misaligned. Can you accept that? Can you unconditionally love yourself in your spiritual journey? Can you unconditionally accept yourself, accept whatever it is that you're going through, the challenges, the setbacks, the feeling of disconnectedness, the feeling of unplugging from your true self? Can you hold that feeling? And the moment I realized, oh my gosh, this is what it's all really about. The moment I stopped judging myself for being disconnected, for being misaligned, for being jealous, for being not healed enough, or I haven't let go enough, and I completely surrender all kinds of judgment upon myself, right? Whether if I meditate 1 minute a day or 5 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, none of that matters. I stop putting a restriction on myself, and I just allow what is to be what is. All the walls start crumbling down. All of the ideals that I thought what a spiritual path should look like, all the ideals of what I thought enlightenment, connectedness, alignment, feeling like connecting with oneness, connecting with the divine should look like, all the ideals started falling down. It started all coming down. And I feel like for the first time, oh my gosh, this is actually getting me a bit emotional. For the first time, it feels like I have liberated myself to experience what my spirit, what my soul is actually here on this planet to experience. This is true liberation. It's not what you think your spiritual path should look like. It's not what other people tell you what alignment should look like, what it should feel like. But you get to define moment by moment, can you accept where you are, who you are right now, where you are on your spiritual path and your journey? Can you unconditionally accept, surrender, and integrate everything that you are in this experience so that you let go of any ideals? This is true freedom, my friends. There is so much relief in this place because there's no more, I'm supposed to feel this, I'm supposed to, be more tapped in, I'm supposed to have all this figured out, but it's just this unconditional feeling of it's okay what I feel. It's okay that I feel a little disconnected today. It's okay that I feel, it's okay that I feel scared. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And when we can tell ourselves that everything that I experience in my spiritual journey is okay, then it is okay. Then that is the place. Because what if, this question I'm going to be asking you, what if, I want you to think about this. What if the ideal, the ultimate place where we want to be in our spiritual journey is ultimate acceptance of whatever it is, whatever we are, wherever we are, whatever it is that we're going through? What if that was the actual goal? How would that change the way you experience your journey? How would that change the way you walk in your journey? And how would that change the way you feel about continuing to open up, continue to deepen, continue to connect with your true self on your journey? That is going to change everything. So that is a message that I want you to take away today, you guys. This was a little deeper because, oftentimes when we're working through personal things in our physical lives, right? Everything that is manifested in our physical world, we try to work on those things. But I realize the same techniques and the same toolboxes, same techniques that we use to combat and to fix and to deal with things in our physical life is very different from the lessons that we need to learn in our spiritual lives. Can I help you, Thor? It's very different. And in our spirituality, everything that we need to learn, everything that we need to know, everything that we need to experience and integrate is love. So it doesn't matter if you don't absolutely 100% love yourself right now. It doesn't matter if you're not able to arrive at this place right now. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in yourself right now. If you can move just a little closer, like just an inch, just a centimeter, just a millimeter closer to love on the spectrum, then you are closer. Then you have reached the goal in the moment. The goal is to be more in love, in the love, imbued in your own light and love in the moment. And if you can do that, you have reached your goal. So that is the message that I have for you guys today. It is a little deeper. I have carried you guys a little further than I usually do, but I trust that whoever is here to hear it, I know that this message is for you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for those of you who are here to receive the message and put up with Thor's cries. Every single time I decide to do a video, all of the animals decide to start acting up either individually or together. So it's like I'm broadcasting the signal and they're all waking up. So that's all. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I'll be seeing you guys another day.